Anybody can do this right now to build FOMO, to build a sense of momentum, and to build FOMO if somebody is not with you. And in fact, I plan on doing something like this when Compact Keywords is in its full release. This will take time, but it will also get you backlinks while you do it. It will also build your SEO domain authority while you do it. And not just this, it gets you exposure too. So what am I talking about? You can use link building efforts with featured.com and AIpodcastmatcher.com to stack your appearances and just make it look like you are blowing up. So let me break each of these down. Featured.com, I talk about this tool all the time. It's journalists. I talk about both tools all the time. It's featured.com is journalists who need expert sources for their articles. Just like Help a Reporter Out, just like Quoted, journalists need experts for their articles. Experts want to be covered in publications. They want to increase their clout. They want to get backlinks. So they respond to journalist queries, to journalist questions. If their response is good, then they get covered in the publication. And a good amount of the time, they get a backlink as well. My success rate responding to journalists on Featured is about 60 to 80%. I don't remember, but it's very high. If I respond to a journalist, there's a very good chance that the journalist will use my answer. It's also cheap. At the beginning of this year, it was $99 a month. Now it's half that price. They cut it in half. But the key thing is it's very easy to have journalists use your answers. And so you can get covered in lots of publications this way. You can get lots of backlinks this way. You can also inform Google about your niche using language in your answers. So the more that your website is linked to with related language around your niche, that will make it easier to rank for keywords in your niche. If there are new keywords that you are going after, you can use those keywords in your answers as well. And then there will be links back to your site. The keyword will most likely not be used as the anchor text covering the hyperlink, but it will still be used next to it, and that will still be beneficial. I've shared how I ranked my newsletter, just the normal homepage for my newsletter, #1 on Google for growth hacking newsletter, by submitting to a bunch of newsletter directories and using language around growth hacking in newsletter. Growth hacking newsletter was never used as the exact anchor text, but the language was there going back to my site. The language was around the link going back to my site. So that's #1, featured.com. And then AIpodcastmatcher.com. AIpodcastmatcher.com is my affiliate URL for a tool called Podmatch. Please use AIpodcastmatcher.com if you would like to support the podcast. It just goes directly to Podmatch. And this tool is podcast hosts who want to have guests and then guests who want to go on podcasts. And it uses algorithms to match up relevant guests with relevant hosts. And so I used AIpodcastmatcher.com to go on 30 podcasts in 3 months. Come on, that's phenomenal. 30 podcasts in 3 months. And while you do this, you get exposed to podcast audiences, but you also get backlinks because the podcast hosts, they will put your links, the links that you want covered, in the description for each episode. So you appear in an episode, you're working on something. At the end, you say, here are my links. You know, you have your X or your threads, you have your Instagram, you have your website. You could have a specific page if you want to build links to specific pages. I've done that too. I've gone on podcasts and then had them linked to specific pages in the description. And these descriptions, they don't only show on YouTube. They show sometimes on specific pages on their website and on other podcast players, other audio players. I met a guy, he did no link building for his site. No press for his site. All he did is he went on podcasts, and his domain authority was, I think it was 25 out of 100 just from podcasts. And I went on more podcasts than him. So you're building links and you do these two things. But now here's what you also can do. And this is how you can stack these things and build a sense of momentum. So these podcasts and some of the publications on Featured are actually quite big. I've appeared in Entrepreneur through featured.com. I think I've appeared in Inc. as well through featured.com. So some of the publications are actually big and some of the podcast hosts have decent audiences, but it's okay if they don't, it's okay if you appear in publications that are not known as well, because every 7 days, here's what you do. You put out a post on LinkedIn, or you can put out something on, if you have a business audience, on your Instagram, You can also make this a story and you just say, things have been blowing up. This has been a crazy week. I appeared in these publications and I went on these podcasts. And you say like, I appeared in 4 publications, might be more if you're answering multiple journalist queries each day. But you say, I appeared in 4 publications and I went on 3 podcasts. Wild. And then every 7 days, you put up a post like that and you share different podcasts you went on. You share different publications you appeared in. And every 7 days, people are seeing this. If you do it every day, it's too much. But if you do it every 7 days, people are seeing this and they're like, oh my God, this person is blowing up. And it makes people likely to check out what you're doing, also likely to want to get involved because people want to be involved with winners. I shared this on a recent episode. I never had as many recruiters and employers reaching out to me than when I had a full-time job at one of the biggest marketing agencies. And before that, I had optimized my LinkedIn to get the recruiters for these marketing agencies reaching out to me. And they did reach out to me, and that's how I got my job. But the level to which they reached out increased so much when I was at Dentsu Aegis Network at iProspect, which is a mega notable performance marketing agency doing SEO for the biggest companies in the world, Procter & Gamble, ADP, etc. And the level that recruiters and employers reached out when I had the job was even higher than before the job. And it was dramatically higher because people want winners. People want to hire winners, but people just want to be associated with winners. And so you make yourself seem like a winner. And look, if you're getting all these links, if you're going on all these podcasts, if you're appearing in all these publications, you are a winner. You let people know that you are a winner. People are going to want to be involved with you. They're going to want to do stuff for you. They're going to want to help you. They're going to want to make connections for you. They're going to want to be in your orbit. They're going to want to be top of mind for you. It's the same concept of people sharing updates in their career on LinkedIn. Why do people share updates in their career on LinkedIn? They want to make themselves seem like winners. But this is next level winning, because who's going on 4 to 3 podcasts a week and appearing in 4 to 3 publications a week? So that's next level winning. And you can do that. You can stack these things to build FOMO and to build a sense of momentum. And I'm going to do this. It takes some time, so I don't have the time to do it right now. But when Compact Keywords comes out, I'm going to be doing it around the release of Compact Keywords. And I was really excited by the concept, and I thought I would share it with you because you can do it as well. And that is all for episode 478 of my daily digital marketing podcast that I do every single day. And it's another beautiful day. I'm actually recording this one in the morning, right after waking up. And today is going to be a great day. Thank you so much for watching. If you were watching on YouTube, thank you so much for listening. If you were listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye now.